Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. The tea plantation owners have sat down for a meeting with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina regarding the demand of tea garden workers to raise daily wages. Home Minister mentions UN Rights Chief's statement that Bangladesh is not violating any human rights. Government tried to validate human rights violation by including Benazir in UN delegation, says BNP Secretary General Minister Islam Alamgir. The tea plantation owners have sat down for a meeting with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina regarding the demand of tea garden workers to raise daily wages. The 13-member delegation of tea garden owners is led by Bangladesh Tea Association Chairman Shah Alam. The meeting has started at Ganam Bhavan in Dhaka at around 4 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, workers at 167 tea gardens of the country started movement demanding Dhaka 300 wages from August 9. The worker leaders talked to the tea workers for several days, but no positive outcome was found. In addition, the officials of the administration gave various assurances to the workers, but workers did not return to work. Amidst the agitation of the tea workers, the tea garden owners offered to increase the wages by Dhaka 25 Dhaka to Dhaka 145, but they did not return to work. The demand is Dhaka 300. Home Minister Assaduzzahman Khan today said that the United States imposed sanctions against the Rapid Action Battalion and some of its current and former officials without receiving any specific information. He made the comment to reporters after an event on 5th South Asian Conference in a Dhaka hotel this afternoon. Mentioning United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet's recent visit, Assaduzzahman Khan told the media that she had repeatedly said Bangladesh was not violating any human rights and that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was running the country with utmost care. The Home Minister said that the UN High Commissioner did not express her concern about the human rights condition in Bangladesh since she found the information baseless. BNP Secretary General Mirza Islam Alamgir today said that the government tried to validate human rights violation by including Inspector General of Police Benazir Ahmed in the Bangladesh delegation to join the United Nations Chief of Police Summit UNCOPS 2022. He made the comment during a press conference at BNP Party Chairman's Gulshan office in Dhaka. The BNP leader said that issuing visas by subjecting to such condition is an insult to Bangladesh. He also said that such irresponsible and arrogant behavior of the government is putting international relations at risk. However, the US has provided visa to the police IGP to join the UNCOPS 2022 along with Bangladesh's Home Minister on condition that he cannot take part in any other activities except for attending the summit. Education Minister Dr. Dipu Moni today said that the information has been spread on social media that religious education is being scrapped from the new curriculum is not correct. She made the comment in response to questions from journalists after a press conference on Orion Trek with Nishat at the National Press Club in Dhaka. The minister said that the section is trying to spread misinformation about the new curriculum without finding any issue. She added that her ministry has already answered all the false propaganda about the new curriculum. The Education Minister claimed that the new curriculum will expand knowledge, skills and values. Religion, morality and values are an integral part of human being. The minister endured that there is no question of dropping religious education at all. State Minister for Public Administration Farhad Hussain today said that the government's aim is now to increase the production of grains and to keep commodity prices under control. He made the comment while inaugurating an arsenic and iron-free establishment in Meherpur Secondary Girls' School this afternoon. The State Minister also said that the Russia-Ukraine war is affecting all the nations across the world. The price hike of fuel oil is responsible for the worldwide price hike. Farhad Hussain said that the economic recession has already been started globally. He added that the government is working to maintain the living standard of people. The country today observed the 46th death anniversary of the national poet Qazi Nazrul Islam in a befitting manner. To observe the day commemorating the life and works of the rebel poet, different organizations have lined up multiple programs throughout the day. The Ministry of Cultural Affairs paid its tributes to the poet by placing floral wreaths on his grave beside the Dhaka University Central Mosque at 7 in the morning. Top officials of the Ministry of Cultural Affairs honored the poet by laying floral wreaths at his grave. The program was organized in collaboration with the Qazi Nazrul Institute and other departments and organizations under the ministry. Dhaka University authorities also placed floral wreaths at the grave of the great poet. Awami League arranged a special prayer session at the graveyard of Qazi Nazrul at 9 in the morning. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. Russian nuclear power giant Rosatom will begin constructing 2 new nuclear reactors in Hungary in the coming weeks. Hungary's Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó disclosed information. Russia's nuclear industry has not been subjected to EU sanctions over its bloody invasion of Ukraine. With the additional 2 reactors, the nuclear power station, currently made up of 4 Soviet-built reactors, will see its capacity more than double. Moves to isolate and sanction its oil and gas exports have not been unconditionally supported by Hungary. The deal reached between Russia and the EU state in 2014 aims to expand the existing Pact's nuclear plants. The Pact site currently generates 40% of Hungary's electricity supply, the Pact's nuclear plant. President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukraine exported 1 million tons of agricultural products from its Black Sea ports under the terms of a grain deal brokered by Turkey and the United Nations. In an evening address on Friday, Zelensky said that 44 ships had been sent to 15 nations. He added that a further 70 applications for ships to be loaded have been received. At the same time, he reiterated that Kiev's goal was to export 3 million tons a month. The president said that his country can draw their first conclusion concerning the rescue of many countries from food crisis, which Russia tried to aggravate to the level of real hunger. In his address, Mr. Zelensky also said that the situation at the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in Ukraine remained risky and reiterated demands that the International Atomic Energy Agency to allow to visit the plant as soon as possible.
When Ukraine exported up to 6 million tons of grain a month.
The FBI told a judge they expected to find evidence of obstruction of justice in a search of former President Donald Trump's Florida home. Investigators said that the top secret files have been stored at Mar-a-Lago along with assorted newspapers and magazines. The Justice Department said that they censored the affidavit to protect a significant number of civilian witnesses. Meanwhile, Trump said that the inquiry was being led by political hacks and thugs. Earlier on Friday, the U.S. Department of Justice released a version of the affidavit used to justify the FBI's incursion into Trump's estate on 8 August, but it has been heavily reacted, given that the court papers were filed before the search of the Palm Beach estate. They contain no new details on the 11 sets of classified documents that the Justice Department has said were recovered from the exclusive golf club.
Trump has argued that as president,
after more than 70 days of extreme temperatures and low rainfall, China has sent its worst drought on record. Southern China has recorded its longest periods of drought since record began 60 years ago. The country is now using cloud seeding to try and change the amount of precipitation that falls. A record-setting drought and an 11-week heat wave are causing broad disruption in a region that depends on dams for more than 3/4 of its electricity generation. The factory shutdowns and logistical delays are hindering China's effort to revive its economy as the country's leader Xi Jinping prepares to claim a third term in power this autumn. Young people are finding it hard to get jobs, while uncertainty over the economic outlook is compelling residents to save instead of spend and to hold off on buying new homes.
It's breaking records almost every day, with temperatures reaching.
Now sports news. FIFA lifted the suspension of its imposed on the All India Football Federation AIFF earlier this month due to undue third-party influence. The sport's global governing body also confirmed that the lifting of the suspension means that the Women's Under-17 World Cup will be held in India in October as scheduled. In a statement, FIFA said that the Bureau of the FIFA Council decided to lift the suspension that was imposed on IIFF due to undue third-party influence. The decision was taken under FIFA received confirmation that the mandate of the Committee of Administrators was set to assume the powers of AIFF Executive Committee had been terminated and that AIFF administration had regained full control of the daily affairs. Before ending, we go to the headlines again. The tea plantation owners have sat down for a meeting with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina regarding the demand of tea garden workers to raise daily wages. Home Minister mentions UN Rights Chief statement that Bangladesh is not violating any human rights. Government tried to validate human rights violation by including Benazir in UN delegation. We are up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.